Good day to you all. Today I am visiting the Air Defense Museum in Norrtälje, LV3. Let's see what they have. Starting with a period up to 1940. And then we have here, we have Second World War. We're moving into the 50s. When the regiment took its shape and form in much more way than it did during the World War II. The old king and queen. Now we're moving into this 1960s and the development of the missiles and the robot systems are taking shape. We have medical supply. And different radar systems and the RB365 and the RB69 red eye as well. And we have what seems to be an office with a uniform, and we have some of the pictures here as well. Moving on, we have a room with uniforms from the 1940s or 30s, I'd say, up until the regiment was closed at 2000. We have another office on display with horrible orange and green chairs alongside with some markings and price. We also have a UN uniform and pictures of different listed, and we have an entire office. Moving into the 1980s, 1970s and 1980s, we have a ZIG 790 operator panel. We have different components to assist. We have law books and a ancient computer. We have the development of the Cold War and the RBS-70 system, alongside some other material. display of the technical development for radar and robot systems, as well as the air defense weapons. Here we have an entire corridor filled with telephones used by the military mostly, walkie-talkies, and the first mobile phones from the hotline from Ericsson, also ancient today. And we have regular phones, we have other form of communications, we have ammunition. Moving into the 90s, and we have the development of the stridsfordon 90, the 1940 tank, and the RBS 90 system, and the LDKV 90. And we have the RBS 23 Bamse as well. Now we are in the basement of the museum, first building, and here we have a few systems. RBS 70. We have the 20mm air M40 air anti-air cannon, and we also have the 40mm air defense cannon M36 on display, alongside with some measuring instruments. We have different types of ammunitions, different types of helmets, and instruction sheets, and the Bofors guns. We also have what I suppose is a library, and we also have a model down here as well. This one is older than the one we saw upstairs. This is, at a second glance, a more interesting piece of model because it's displaying the air defense on the railway, and we had trops, 8 trops with the double 40mm air defense cannon M41, and they were placed on railway cars in order to protect bridges alongside the railway from Kiruna to Narvik, for instance. Here we have the second hall of the museum. It houses bigger vehicles and guns, and it's quite remarkable collection, I have to say. Now we are going to walk inside of this area. This is the surveillance radar. You can have a display. instrument. This was the firing unit for this cannon before it got a laser device that was self-directing itself. Here you have the instruments. Here we have Robot System 70 mounted on a air defense robot wagon 701B, and it was in use from the 80s up until the early 2000. Is a rebuild from this, the LKD 103, and it put a V6 Ford engine in it, but it was considered to be a bit too weak actually. And here we have the Bofors idea of mounting a air defense robot system on a M113, for instance. Then we have the back side of it as well, with all the gadgets. Here we have the RAPTGB 915, or the Zoo, the female pig as it's called in Sweden. It's served in the systems up until the 1980s, has also been used abroad on UN missions on the island of Cyprus, among other places. And here we have another diorama from Hans Fehrnström. I said in the previous video that he has 3 dioramas on display. I was wrong, it's 4, because the 4th is standing on the F11 museum in Norrtälje. Well worth a visit as well. I'm going to film this a bit better. That concludes the visit at the Air Defense Museum in Norrtälje. I think it's a really nice museum, and they are really enthusiastic, and I love the fact that you can walk around and inside certain things, or as I said, if it survived several listed men, then it will survive museum visitors as well. So if you have the time and if you can time it, then please visit this museum.